The table below shows the results of an experiment in which 3 coins were tossed. Find the experimental probability that all 3 of the coins will be heads. If you'll notice up here, 3 coins were tossed and each of the coins landed heads up. There were 5 outcomes showing that. The next one, and it would be in order, heads, heads, and then tail. There was 5 of those, heads, tails, head, 6 tails, then heads, then heads, 6 of those. Tails, tails, heads, tails, head, tails, head, tails, tails, and then tails, 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 right? We need the total number of outcomes in this experiment, okay, which will be a total number of 50. All right, that's going to be your denominator. All right, so we're going to put 50 in the bottom. Now, find the experimental probability that all 3 of the coins will be heads. Well, there were 5 outcomes. All right, so there's your setup. Now you got to turn that into a percentage. I tossed this, and it landed with heads up, like this. And then my next, toss had to have been heads, heads, and then a tail. Okay, where tails, heads down, tails are up. This is the tail side. And then the next one here said heads, tails, heads. So it would have to be heads, tails, and then heads, just like that. Now, in this experiment, it doesn't matter if the quarters appeared like it, as long as the first one was a heads, then the second one in order, heads, tails, and then heads, okay, would satisfy this this experiment in the heads, tails, heads. And then the next one, where it says tails, heads, head, it would have to land where tails and then is showing, and then the 2 heads are showing like this. All right, and then the very last one would be where the tails are all showing. Okay, just like that. All right, I mean, it could have been where, all right, it landed and then I got, tails, tails, tails. I mean, it's just in this order. Okay, so if I had a tails and then a head and then a tails, then this would satisfy that experiment. Tails, heads, tails. Okay. All right, finish this one up.